You're watching NBC 5 News at 6.
The minute Travis started performing, it's like people, like they stop seeing in front of them. They're running. They're going crazy.
It was like the biggest mosh pit ever. Everybody was pushing and people were jumping barricades trying to get out.
Tonight, a criminal investigation underway following the deadly Astroworld Festival in Houston. 8 people were killed just last night when that crowd surged after rapper Travis Scott took the stage.
Several hundred more were injured. Houston police say those who died range from ages 14 to 27. 13 are still hospitalized. This video from before the festival began shows the crowd running past security at the entrance. One woman had to be helped from getting trampled in the surge of people.
Houston officials say 50,000 people attended last night's event. Investigators now trying to identify the victims and get to the bottom of what happened.
Now, there are a lot of rumors on social media. Let me caution people not to buy into the rumors. It is way too preliminary now to draw any conclusions, but we're not taking anything off the table. This remains and will be a very active investigation.
Security at the event was reportedly heavy. Live Nation reporting more than 700 security personnel and 528 officers from Houston PD.
Concert fans screamed for help and pleaded to stop that show. One witness described the horror of wanting to get out of that crowd, but being trapped.
Like, that feeling was just like a suffocating feeling. Like, there was a few points where it's like everything just stopped for a second. Everybody was like calm and relaxed. And then out of nowhere, I guess like a group of people or somebody just pushed, and then everything just like it was compressed. Like, you were just compressed the whole point. Like, my arms were on my top the whole time. They were never down. Like, I couldn't even put them up at times.
As for the investigation, police are talking with victims and witnesses and say Live Nation, the concert operator, will be handing over video of the concert to police. There's also a call for anyone with cell phone video to get it to investigators. They're also checking the safety plan in the days leading up to the concert. And officials say this investigation may take weeks. Well, rapper Travis Scott issued a statement on Twitter today following the tragedy, saying he is devastated and his prayers go out to all the families impacted. He ended his message by saying he will work to heal and support the community. The second day of the festival was canceled in light of last night's events.
And Governor Greg Abbott echoing Scott's statement and thanking first responders who immediately rushed in to help those trapped. The governor says the state is ready to respond and is making resources available to support the investigation. Another issue being investigated, Houston police say there were reports on social media of people possibly being injected with an unknown substance at the event. Police Chief Troy Fenner addressed these claims.
We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick.
Chief Fenner said 25 people were arrested at last night's event, mostly for trespassing.
This is the third year of the festival, but it is not the first time there have been issues when it comes to security at that event. County Judge Lena Hidalgo says in 2019 there were issues with crowd control and security was increased as a result. Astroworld was previously hosted at the former Six Flags site in Houston. We will have live team coverage from Houston tonight on the 10 o'clock news and, of course, the latest for you on NBCDFW.com. Tonight, Dallas police are working to determine what led up to this car crashing into a building along Ross Avenue at Houston Street. Police say the car was supposed to turn at the T-Bone intersection but ran into that building. No injuries were reported.
Turning now to the weather, we're in store for a nice few days, but a cool front is on the way. Let's check in with senior meteorologist David Finfrock on when we could see some showers. David?
Yeah, let's enjoy this weekend for now, Vince. Just gorgeous, picture-perfect weather today, and that will continue tomorrow. Early this morning, though, it was chilly, 42 at DFW. Arlington was down to 39, Granbury 38. And check this out. In East Texas, first freeze of the season for folks in Greenville, Mineola, Gilmer, and Mount Pleasant. We didn't get that cold, and everyone did see a nice warm-up through the afternoon, mid-upper 60s, even 70 in Arlington and Burleson, and it's going to be warmer tomorrow. First, though, we've got to get through another chilly night. Temperatures are going to be tailing off, and remember, by 2 a.m., you need to set those clocks back. So before you go to bed tonight, turn the clocks back 1 hour, enjoy an extra hour of sleep, or get up on time and enjoy an extra hour of sunshine tomorrow. I'll be back with that latest cold front coming later in the week and when the timing of the rain is. Vince?
All right, turning now to the COVID-19 crisis, looking live at Capitol Hill tonight as a federal judge has issued a stay on the Biden administration's vaccine mandate for smaller companies. The new rule states companies with over 100 workers must mandate COVID-19 vaccinations for all employees by January 4th. If the employees refuse the shot, then they can get tested daily. A fine of up to $14,000 would be in place for each person who refuses.
Vaccines for people as young as 5 are now being administered across the state. Today, the Dallas Eastfield College campus in Mesquite opened its drive-through site to provide vaccines for those who want one. All 3 approved doses were offered, and parents lined up with their kids to get them vaccinated. The site is open Tuesdays through Saturdays from 9 until 6, and appointments are encouraged.
In other news tonight, an Amber Alert issued earlier this week ends safely. Police say the teenager who was the subject of the alert has been found. Authorities quickly suspected her biological mother of abducting the 14-year-old. Lily Zhang explains how the child was found nearly 700 miles away from home.
A nightmare week for Tiffany Johnson's family is over.
Very stressful, a lot of pain, emptiness, loneliness, helplessness, all the above.
Her stepdaughter, Stevie Johnson, missing since Monday, has been found safe. Glen Heights Deputy Police Chief Clayton Shields announced the arrest of the child's alleged kidnapper Saturday. Her biological mother, Shawnee's Hickman.
From what we know, that the mother did not have custody of the child. She had not had custody of the child for some time.
An Amber Alert was issued Monday after police say Hickman took off with the 14-year-old near the corner of Cascade and Alpine. It was later discontinued after authorities say there was no indication Stevie would be harmed. They suspected Hickman was headed towards Missouri, where she came from. Stevie was found in St. Louis County Friday.
St. Louis County Special Response Unit set up some surveillance, and they were able to observe the mother and take her into custody and retrieve the child at that time.
Johnson, awaiting Stevie's return, says the family is relieved she's safe. They still have questions.
I don't know what her mental state is as of right now. I don't know what she had to endure. I don't know what she's been through. So it's almost bittersweet.
But vow to support her as they welcome her back home in Glen Heights.
We all have a bond and we love her a lot.
Lily Zhang, NBC 5.
Police say Hickman's 2 sisters assisted in the alleged abduction. All 3 are facing charges of kidnapping. Still ahead, celebrating our North Texas heroes. We're taking you to the Veterans Day Parade that brought our young and old to honor the Texans who served.
And Dak is back, but the Dallas Cowboys learn another player on offense will be sidelined for a while. The story as NBC 5 continues.
Continuing coverage of our top story tonight. In the last 30 minutes, one Houston school district releasing a statement on one of the victims who died at the Astroworld concert. The Memorial High School principal says she's saddened that a 9th grader died during the concert. She says thoughts and prayers are with the families and friends of the student and that counselors will be available for those who need it. NBC 5 will continue to follow this story as the investigation continues and we learn more about the victims.
This weekend, many cities across America are holding ceremonies and parades to honor our veterans. NBC 5's Yona Gavino reports from Mansfield, where hundreds gathered for a tradition of tribute.
On this day, they marched in remembrance along historic downtown Mansfield, honoring veterans like Charles Hain, who served in Vietnam.
Everybody that has served in the military has got their own story to tell.
You'd think he and Ed Miller, an Air Force veteran, go way back.
We'd never met before today, but it's like a brotherhood. Once you're in the military, you're not a stranger to anybody.
Parade floats carry the vets who carried our country. Along the route are many young people, too young to remember war. like 4-year-old Trip Schutte.
We did the 101st Airborne from World War II. And Dad was not in World War II, obviously, but he was in 2003. And that was our inspiration.
A traveling memorial honored more than 5,000 veterans who've died since the 9/11 terrorist attacks, carrying their memory forward for generations to come.
I have a huge passion for veterans and what they sacrifice and endure for us. And I know that they don't get the recognition they deserve, and most of them don't even want it, but we owe everything to them.
In Mansfield, Yona Gavino, NBC 5.
The City of Mansfield's Veterans Day Parade and Salute was not held last year because of COVID-19. It was back, bigger than ever, with around 1,000 people in attendance today. Beautiful day for it, too.
It truly was a beautiful day out there.